Hello and welcome to the Pickle Jar. My name is Josh and in today's video I'm going to show you how to paint flames freehand style. Hi guys, welcome to the video. If you're enjoying the content that we're putting out, then be sure to leave a like or a comment down below. This really helps us on YouTube. And if you're new to the Pickle Jar and you haven't already, then please press that subscribe button down below. So, back with another tutorial this week, and this week I'm going to be continuing work on my Salamander intercessor that I started in last week's tutorial video where I showed you how to paint the green armour using contrast paint as a base. If you missed that video, there'll be a link up here in the left hand corner. Nope, right hand corner. If you missed that video, there's a link right up here in the right hand corner and down below in the description. For this week's video though, I'm going to be showing you how to paint flames freehand. Now this is the technique that I've used to paint all the flames on my salamanders so far. I really think it looks quite nice and it's really easy to do. There'll be a full list of all the paints that you need in the description down below and I'll be shouting them out as we go through the tutorial. Without any further ado, here we go. So I'm taking my Primaris that I started painting in last week's tutorial and added some of the black areas to the shoulder pads and just some of the other bits just to tidy up the model a little bit so that it was ready for me to start painting flames on the shoulder pad. So first off I took Mechrite red and what I'm doing with this is just stenciling the outline of the flames at first. You can make the flames as fat or as thin as you want, depending on what style you want to go for. The same technique is applicable to both. So I vary it depending on what I'm putting it on. On this one I've gone for thicker flames than on some of my other miniatures. So you start stenciling it out. I always start from the top of each flame and then work my way down and then fill in the bottom. And once you've got the outline done, you can then fill in all the area with Mechrite red as a nice base coat. That's the first layer done. Next up I took Evil Sunz Scarlet and what I'm doing on this layer is basically just going over all of the previous layer but leaving a little bit of the flames as the original base colour. So what we're doing while we're painting these flames is just building up layer by layer different colours, and the lighter that we go, so we're going from red to orange to yellow, will be further down so that we're at the brightest point, the yellow, down at the base of the flames. So it's important to water these paints down quite a lot because we're putting 3 or 4 layers on here. You don't want them to be too clumpy because then that will give you a textured finish and it won't look quite as nice. Next up I'm using Troll Slayer Orange and again same thing, watering this down a little bit and then starting a little bit further down and then just filling in the flames that I've painted already on the last 2 layers. Now a lot of people when they're painting flames they make the mistake of putting the red at the base and then going up to yellow at the tips. Now the flame should be the brightest where it's the hottest, which would be at the base of the fire rather than at the tips, so you want your yellow down at the bottom. There we go, that's the orange on. For the yellow I'm using Flash Gitz yellow. When I did this I put a couple of layers on, put the first one on blending it into the orange and then once that had dried I then put a second one on down at the base just to really brighten this yellow section up. Now you can spend more time in between layers. You can mix and match the colours so that they blend a bit better if you've got a bigger surface to work on. But for shoulder pads and legs and different parts of armour, this works really well. As a final step, I'm using Flash Gitz yellow mixed with white Scar, just as a final really bright yellow highlight down at the bottom, just where the fire would be the hottest. When you're working on some bigger areas, you can just put a final one line of bright white at the bottom, but I decided to pass on this model and just go with the lightened up yellow as the final highlight. And there we go, that is these flames for this Space Marine all finished. This model's really starting to come together now, and the flames really go well with the green. So there you go guys, that is how I paint flames on my Salamanders. So I use this on their shoulder pads, legs, I use it on anything, like so on my Dreadnought, on some of the panels on there, on my Thunderfire cannon. This, you can use this, you can adapt it so you can make the flames longer or shorter, you can make them brighter if you want to. It's a really easy technique and it's so durable and easily adaptable to whatever you're wanting to make your flames look like. On the community spotlight this week, I've got a picture here from my friend Andy Allen. I really love the attention to detail that he's put into this model, and the base looks fantastic, and I'm glad to see that he's tidied up the base rim. Overall, I think this model looks ace, and I'm looking forward to seeing more from him in the future. If you want to see some of your own miniatures featured on the community spotlight, send an email to the address down below in the description with a photo of the miniature you want to see on the... If you'd like to see some of your own miniatures featured here on the community spotlight, send an email to the link down below in the description with a picture of the miniature that you want featured and a link to your Facebook or Instagram page, and I will show them off in a future video. If you enjoyed the tutorial, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below letting me know what you thought, and give me any suggestions on how I can improve the flames or any tutorials you want to see in the future. If you're new to the Pickle Jar, be sure to subscribe so you can keep up to date with all the videos that will be released in the future. That's all from me. I'll see you next week with another video.